Hi, my name is Homer. I'm with Southwest Mailing Systems in Las Vegas, Nevada, and what we're going to talk about today is what do I need to know in order to get a postage meter. First thing you need to know is that the United States Postal Service has only authorized 4 manufacturers of postage meters. The first one I'm going to talk about is Data-Pac. Data-Pac's a small company out of New York. Many of you probably haven't heard of them. Their first forte in the mailing industry was accounting systems, and then they went into the very large systems that go on the back end of inserters. They now have all the way down to desktop systems. Haven't heard about them a lot, but they do make some quality products. The next company is FP Mailing Solutions, also known as Franco-Type Postalia. Franco-Type Postalia has been around for many, many years. Their headquarters is in Addison, Illinois, and their production is primarily out of Germany. Their products are very good. They tend to concentrate on the lower to mid-volume machines. They've got machines that are at great price points and provide a great quality of product. The next vendor is Hassler Neopost, or Neopost Hassler. At one point in time, they were 2 independent companies. Today, they are one company. Neopost and Hassler have joined forces. In the next 6 to 8 months, you're only going to see one name between them, and that'll be Neopost. They have a full range of machines, everywhere from the large production machines all the way down to small desktop style machines. And the final vendor, what most of you have heard of, is a company called Pitney Bowes. Pitney has the machines all the way, again, from the very small machines all the way up to the largest machines in the marketplace. They are the giant in the industry. But now let me tell you this before we go any further on that. Just because a company is the largest does not always mean they have the best products or the best service. One of the things that's going to be important for you to determine is who has the best service and best product for your company in your town. What might be best for someone living in New York may not be what's best for somebody living in Miami. So those are some factors that you want to take a look at. In most towns, you're probably going to find there's only 3 to 4 vendors of postage meters in your town. And in very large cities, you might find 5 or 6. But again, those are the only 4 manufacturers that are authorized by the United States Postal Service. Again, they are Data-Pac, FP Mailing Solutions, Neopost Hassler, and Pitney Bowes. Those are the only 3 that you have. There's also something called PC postage, and you may ask about that. What we find is that PC postage is a very good alternative for someone doing a lot of packages or doing 2 to 3 pieces of mail a day. However, most companies do not find it a very viable solution if they're doing more than 2 to 3 pieces of mail a day. A couple of other things you need to know as you're looking at getting a postage meter. There's a portion of the postage meter you can never own. You cannot buy the device that holds the actual postage. To use an analogy, it's kind of like buying a car. You can go down to the Chevy dealer and you can buy the car, but you can't buy the gas tank. You cannot buy the gas tank for your postage machine. You can buy the rest of the machine, but you can't buy the gas tank for it. So most people simply choose to lease the entire thing. Some of the vendors will tell you can't buy any of it. Well, that's not quite true. It depends on the size of your machine. On the low end, on the standalone level, yes, those are rental only. But on the larger level of machines, you can buy a portion of the machine, you just can never buy the gas tank itself. A couple of things you need to know. I'm not going to go into a lot more detail because you're probably getting bored already. But the first thing you need to do before you decide what kind of machine you're going to get is take a look at what your situation is. First thing, how many pieces of mail a day are you doing? Or I should say, how many pieces of mail a month are you doing? And the reason why that's important, if you're doing 1,000 pieces of mail in a month, and you're doing that spread out over the course of the month, you need one style of machine. If on the other side, you're doing 1,000 pieces on the 4th Friday of the month, you probably want a slightly larger machine. So, how much mail are you doing? How many pieces per month are you doing? What kind of mail are you doing? What we mean by that is, are you doing a lot of packages? Are you doing a lot of letters? Are you doing a lot of those large manila flat-sized envelopes? As I realize this, in the future I'm going to have some more props in my video logs as I go along. But what does my mail actually look like? I need to know that before I can really determine what postage meter I need. Also, I need to kind of put together myself a rough budget. How much am I willing to pay for a postage machine? I'd highly recommend that you consider several different alternatives as you're looking at your postage meter. And I'll use this analogy. If tonight I decide I'm going to go buy a car, and I go down to the local Chevy dealer and I walk in and I say, I'm going to buy that car today, you're going to get one price. On the other hand, if I go down and I walk into the Dodge dealer and look around at what the Dodge dealer has, and maybe walk over to the Ford dealer and look at what they have, then I walk across the street to the Chevy dealer and I say I'm looking for a car and I've just been to the Ford and Dodge dealer and I'd like to have that car over there. All of a sudden that Chevy dealer is going to provide you a much, much different price point. It's not always true. If you work with Southwest Mailing Systems, generally speaking, you're going to get the same deal no matter what, because we try to focus on giving you the best deal first time out. But many vendors, you're going to find that when they realize they've got competition, their prices may drop by as much as, it may only drop 10 to 15%, but I've seen prices drop by as much as 40 and 50% when a company finds out they've got competition. They may be telling you you need an XYZ model, and all of a sudden when they find out there's competition, they might tell you that you need a DM1000 machine or a DM1100 or a Connect series machine because of your volume. But all of a sudden, when they find out you've got competition in the door, they might come back with a DM400. So it's really important for you to consider a few of your alternatives. Again, I'll come back in another day and talk a little bit more about specific machines. But again, thanks for listening, and if you'd like to contact me directly, again, my name is Homer Schmucker with Southwest Mailing in Las Vegas, Nevada. My telephone number is 702-736-7715, and you can find my contact information in the notes below. Thanks again for listening.